Unicorns and glitter and taxidermy critters are just some of the things they like. They also enjoy 80s hair bands, Grizzly Adams and John Goodman, so if you think that's weird, then you can take a hike. But the things they enjoy the most are making art and cracking jokes, so without further ado, here are your hosts. You've got your two artsy gals, Here are your two artsy gals.
Hey listeners, Katie here. So we did not have an episode last week because I was friggin' tired. I have a lot on my plate, so I decided I was taking the week off. But we're back this week with our episode about artistic collaborations and how to collaborate with other artists, really. There's some good information on this one, and of course the usual jibber jabber. We'll have some cool articles and links on our website, twoartsygals.com. And I wanted to let you guys know we are doing a giveaway. It's going to be a fun one. So as you know, we have new products in our brand new Redbubble store. You can get logo gear, or you can get make some cool shit yo gear. And we are going to be giving away a pencil bag to... I think we're going to randomly draw people when we reach 25 reviews on iTunes, because we need more reviews to bump us up in the algorithms, and we want ratings and reviews on all of the platforms that are available, but because iTunes is kind of the big deal, it's the biggest marketplace. More people use iTunes than Stitcher or Google Play. So that's kind of where we're focusing right now. We may do another giveaway for other places in the near future. But if you want to win a pencil bag, your choice, the winner will be able to choose a Two Artsy Gals logo pencil bag or a Make Some Cool Shit Yo pencil bag. They're really nice size, like canvas zipper bags. They're really cool. This is how you do it. You go to iTunes, however you access iTunes, whether you use the app on your phone or whether you log in on your computer, and you go to where our podcast is, and there's an option to rate us. So, and I think if you're using your app, you have to go to like the little wheelie turny thing where you drop down and it lets you do the settings for your podcast. I believe that there's a rate us or rate this podcast thing in there. I could be totally full of shit though. I don't know. Anyway, go give us some stars and say some nice things. And then when you do it, do a screen grab of your review and either email it to us at twoartsygals@gmail.com, or you can post it on our Two Artsy Gals Facebook group, which is Two Artsy Gals Making Cool Shit Yo. You can ask to join the group. We're trying to start a more interactive podcast community where we can all share ideas and talk about things and give each other advice. And that actually works better in groups on Facebook than it does on the Facebook fan pages, because Facebook really limits how many people see what you're posting there. So if you would like to join that group, find us on Facebook. Again, it's Two Artsy Gals Making Cool Shit Yo is the name of the group. And then when you're in the group, if you have taken your screen grab of the feedback that you left, post it there. So once we reach 25 reviews, we're going to put all of your names in a hat and shake it up and pull a name out, and someone is going to win a pencil bag. And your odds are actually not super bad, because we have like 5 or 6 now, so that's like a 1 in 20 chance ish. Anyway, that would really help us out. That's kind of what we're focusing on right now. As always, you can donate money to the podcast if you want to help us keep it going. This is a listener supported podcast. We do not have sponsors. We do not belong to a network. So everything that we do for this show comes out of our own pockets. If we don't get help from our listeners. And you can do that on twoartsygals.com. You can hit the PayPal donate button. You can donate cool things to us from our wish list on Amazon. That's all there on the website. We are working on a Patreon. I'm kind of trying to fine tune the logistics of some of the rewards and incentives that we're going to be having for donations. But keep listening for that if you would like that option as well. What else do we have here? Ooh, follow us on all the social medias, man. I've been really making an effort to post more stuff on our Instagram and our Twitter. Although this last week I have been lacking because I had a super busy week. And you'll hear about that later when, like, in a couple episodes when Lonnie and I record again, because we'll fill each other in on all the things that we've been up to. But anyway, we're Two Artsy Gals on all of the social medias. Instagram, Twitter. We have a Pinterest, which you will want to follow because we try to do a Pinterest board for every single episode. Some episodes don't require one, but we will always let you know. And we always have links to the Pinterest board on our website too, if you choose to just follow the blog at twoartsygals.com. Let's see, where else are we? That's all. Yeah. Oh, and we're on the Facebook. Follow our fan page on Facebook, or again, please join our group, Two Artsy Gals. Making cool shit, yo. We have some fun stuff that we've been doing. We've had some great conversations there, and people are sharing the cool shit that they're doing, and it's really neato. I have very much been enjoying having conversations with our listeners and getting to meet more of you. And let me see, what else? Oh, you can email us if you have a question or a comment. Or again, if you want to email the screen grab of the feedback that you left for us and the stars that you gave us, twoartsygals@gmail.com. Send us an email. We love getting email from you listeners. We got, okay, here's the deal, guys. You can also call and leave a voicemail on our Google Voice number, which is 503-395-7190. And if you do that, we will play it on the show. And I kind of last week called out, or the week before last, I guess, called out one of our regular old school original crew of listeners, Keely the Awesome, and said that it was time for her to call and sing us a song. And she fucking sang us a beautiful song. And we'll play that in a couple weeks. So make sure you keep tuning in for that. But yeah, you can just call and tell us things or ask us questions. You don't have to sing us a song. Tell us a dirty joke. You know we fucking love dirty jokes. Anyway, I, as always, feel like I'm totally missing some shit. But oh well, because, we'll be back next week. So enjoy the show. Hey everybody, this is Katie.
And this is Lonnie.
And you're listening to Two Artsy Gals.
Yay!
I always feel like I should turn my face from the microphone when I do that.
Just full on yayed up in your ears.
Up in y'all shit, yo. Oh my god, he's just gonna be here with that ball the whole time we record.
I thought I would wear him out. I was trying to wear out Doodah before we started recording, but it didn't work.
Doodah's had some lazy days the last few days.
Because Kurt's been here?
Yes, my husband was fucking homesick. And I'm so glad that he went to work today. Because I feel like a horrible person when he's at homesick because I hate him more as each hour passes.
Yeah, it's hard. It is.
And he had an earache. He didn't have a fucking fever. He has no fever, but it's all swollen and hot, he says. But I don't have an otoscope thingy to look in his ear hole, and there's crusty goo coming out of it. So I did not see any crusty goo. I think he's congested and his ear hurt. And I sound like a huge bitch right now because wah.
I know. No, I had that for a while too, and then I realized if I took Claritin, it went away. I'm like, oh.
I've been telling him, take Zyrtec every day.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a fever.
He's not hurt.
Because you get fluid. Your sinuses go clear back in behind your ears.
It's weird. It's
so I'm like, take Zyrtec. And then he missed 2 days of work this week. The week before rent's due.
Oh no.
We haven't paid our bills yet this month.
Oh, man.
So he's like being a big fucking baby in bed. And as each day goes on, he knows that I'm getting irritated. So he acts more and more like a baby. Look, men that are listening, I'm sorry you have to hear this. But women who are married women who live with, or women who live with men, y'all are like air high-five me right now because they're impossible to have at home when they're sick.
Yeah.
And he asked me to fucking make him ham and beans. I made ham and beans the week before. I made the best pot of fucking lima beans and ham last week that I kind of feel sad they're gone right now.
Wow.
They were so good. So he's like, will you make navy beans and ham this week? And I'm like, oh my God, if you stop fucking whining, I'll make you navy beans and ham.
Yeah.
So I made them, like I went to the store and got a ham shank, just like I did the week before, but I didn't, like the week before, what I normally do is I cook down the ham shank in water in the crock pot overnight and through the next day. And then I pull the bones out of it and the meat comes apart really easy. And then I use that as a broth.
Oh, yeah.
I usually have to add a little bit of chicken broth to it too. And I soaked the beans overnight and all that stuff. And it was fucking delicious and perfect. And lima beans are my favorite of the beans.
Wow.
I love me some big fat, those extra huge lima beans. They're
Yeah.
just the way they pop in your mouth and they're just so delicious. My mom hates lima beans. And I don't know why I like them because we never had them growing up.
I know. Yeah, I do like them too. I never have them.
They're delish.
I rarely have them.
Anyway, the second pot of lima beans, like I forgot to put the ham shank things in overnight, so I cooked them all day long, but they weren't the same, and they just didn't turn out as well. First of all, navy beans, they're no lima bean.
No.
They have a totally different texture, they have a different mouthfeel, they're different. And so I made him the goddamn ham and beans, though, because he's fucking had an earache. I don't know if he was going to put him in his ear or what. And he's like, these aren't as good as last week's.
Oh, man.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me
Dun,
right now?
dun,
Are you
dun.
kidding me right meow?
Yeah.
I looked at him like, and then he recognized the look on my face like, oh, she's going to injure me gravely in a moment. He's like, but they're still good. But it was enough. I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
And that was done. And when he said he was staying home yesterday, I just kind of lost my shit. I said, look, I'm trying really hard to be patient and kind. Because you know that you being homesick is not I don't handle that shit well. Plus, I only can handle about a day and a half, 2 days of him being in the house with me anyway. I'm at home alone all day. I work from my room. I do my work. I do my thing. I don't have anybody up in my biz. And
I know, interrupting and
it's fucking irritating.
Yeah. No,
It is so annoying. Yeah. Just knowing he's in the next room drives me fucking crazy sometimes.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. I'm ranting. I just hate it when my husband stays home sick.
Yeah. I know. I get distracted by like the other day I was in the kitchen and we have a whiteboard I write stuff down on when I run out of something. And I was like,
that's actually a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
I don't know why I don't do that.
It helps so much, but I thought of a couple things I needed to write down. And previously I wrote scrubby sugar because I make body scrubs.
Which are lovely. She made me a body scrub. It was delightful.
I like doing it. And so I wrote scrubby sugar and I knew what that meant. But as soon as I almost was writing down these new things I thought of that I needed to write down, Scott goes, scrubby sugar? What's that? And it just like my brain just stopped, and I'm like, fuck. And I was like, no, I can't fucking remember what I was going to write down. And he's like, oh, I'm going to go now.
Yeah, get the fuck away.
And I was just like, I'm sorry I reacted that way, but fuck, man. Like, I don't know. If you see someone about to write something down, maybe just
don't talk to them.
Wait a second. Let them
it's
write
like when
down
I'm crocheting and stuff. I have a rule. Don't fucking talk to me if I'm looking at my crocheting while I crochet. Because I can sit and bullshit and watch TV and whatever when I crochet because it's kind of like a muscle memory thing. But if I'm looking at it, I'm fucking counting stitches. Like I'm at an important part. Don't fucking do it. I will count stitches out loud at my husband if he starts talking to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have to go back and count that fucking shit all over again.
Yeah.
Fuck off with that. Don't talk to people when they're doing stuff.
It's funny we just were talking about repairing pants.
Did you have a blowout?
I have like major rips in these and I didn't even know until just now.
We were just talking about the fact that I repaired
These go in the repair pile.
Look, people with chubby thighs, your thighs rub together when you're wearing your leggings and then you get like legging rip out the side.
We need little chaps.
We do. like in the
Like-
inner leg chaps,
Like, you know,
reverse
those elbow
chaps.
patches, but like thigh patches.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm gonna start
discreet ones.
doing.
Because I don't want people to be like, whoa, her thighs must be really fat if she needs a fucking leather chaps to keep her shit from blowing out.
And it's like when you walk.
Oh my god, what if you just made like corduroy reverse chaps? Just so you could get the corduroy swish when
It's my
all the
mating
clothes you
call.
wear. Oh my god, you're like a grasshopper. You're
Yeah.
rubbing your business together. Wow, that went downhill quick. That escalated, Bonnie. That escalated quickly.
That's where my brain is at lately.
So I am starting a new dress. This is why I had this pile of
Yes.
mending that I needed to get done, and so I said you have to finish your mending before you
There
make your
you go.
dress.
Yep, I've been doing that too. I'm like, nope, you do this shit first before you make yourself new
Don't
underwear.
start a new project.
Mhm.
I know. And I cleaned my studio because last week I was afraid that I was
Looks
going to
nice.
lose Lonnie in my studio. Like, I was afraid we would have to send a search party
I
for
wasn't
her.
scared.
It was pretty bad.
It wasn't.
Well,
You should see my.
the
see
way I
mine as
clean,
a-
shit migrates like from room to room. Like I make these piles that go and I put them in the room that they go in. And I spread out all over the house, I've realized. Like I will do a project downstairs if I don't want to sit upstairs, or
Mhm.
sometimes I need something downstairs because I'm doing something. So I'll come upstairs and get like a tool, like a pair of scissors, or like my toolbox is up here or something, but everything needs to come back. So I make like these, I use my canvas bags and fill them full of stuff to go room to room as I'm spring cleaning. And so anyway, everything this was the last room to be
Yes.
done. So everything was
Just
piled in here.
Yep.
And I was still trying to work around everything. So, you know,
our house has storage issues. It's big, but there's not.
it's
good-
very
lot of-
open.
there's not a lot of storage, so I end up with kitchen stuff in my craft room because I'll be like, oh, I want to clear these counters. So I've like got a juicer and a popcorn popper and shit like that in the craft room because I just have to make room in my kitchen cupboards for these things. You know, it's just
Yeah, but actually doing it is,
I know it's like no,
it's a thing.
but I have an idea for my craft room, so I need to do it soon because I have stuff I want to do in there.
Maybe I can come help you and we can collaborate.
Oh,
Because we're talking about artist collaborations today. And now I have Ice Ice Baby stuck in my head.
I know. Stop.
Collaborate
Collaborate.
and listen.
Yes.
Ice is here with a brand new edition. And now I'm thinking my friends and I made up a song called Lice Lice Eggies instead of Ice Ice Baby.
Ooh, I
And-
could use that for a commercial for my
Yeah,
business.
I don't remember all the words to it because I was
Lice,
in
lice,
like my
eggies.
freshman year in high school. But it was like,
Super sticky.
stop, grab your
Ice,
head and
ice,
listen.
babies. I mean,
Something. I don't know. There was a part that was like, itch like a son of a bitch. I don't know.
Nice.
It was funny. It was hilarious. We had this whole thing. And of course, because we were
it was a collaboration.
14, 15, we had a
Nice.
dance routine that went with it as
Hell
well.
yes. Oh, see, that would have been on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
if YouTube existed, and we could have posted it, but
We
no.
could have, but that was 1980. 84?
We're gonna have to
85?
recreate it. Can you
No.
get all those friends together?
No, I don't know where some of
Aw.
them are, and I will never
the
in
band
my
back
life.
together.
I will not wear white leggings, white kids, and a starter jacket again ever in my
Oh my
life.
god! Did you have a Code Blue T-shirt?
I don't even know what that is.
I remember Code Blue being a thing.
I don't know.
girl.
It was like what we put on to do that dance thing, like when we were
Mm.
doing it, but I don't know.
Were they stirrups? Stirrup pants?
I am too short for stirrup pants. I had to cut all the stirrups off my stirrup pants because they don't
Didn't
make
pull your crotch down. I like.
Well, no, because they were just so long. Like they were so
Oh.
long on me, the stirrup actually didn't do what it was supposed to do. It would just be like this
Flop.
wad of elastic under my foot and my shoe, and I'd be like, "This sucks."
They're so,
So I cutted them all off.
silly stirrup pants.
I don't understand them. Speaking of weird trends I don't understand, I have seen them twice in a store now.
What?
The fucking snap in the crotch
Yes!
things. Why?
I know, Scott. I saw one of those when Scott and I were
And
at the
you're
mall,
like,
and I pulled him over, and I
"No!"
was like, Look!
They
Those!
actually caused me anger.
No, they caused me pain and
Yeah.
suffering. Like, they'd have the big-ass metal snaps that go right in your
coochoo,
No.
and it just fucking chews it up.
Hurts.
Also,
Ugh.
look, I'm 44
And it
years
gives
old.
you the power wedgie. Like,
Yeah,
super
up your
fucking,
ass.
and all of it.
I think because I am very long torsoed, those
like,
those were
crotch
always super
wedgie.
uncomfortable. Yeah, and then
Oh!
look, I'm 44. I've had a child.
It hurts just thinking about it.
If I have to pee, I do not have fucking time to
And-
fuck around with a
snap,
goddamn
and then
snap.
it fucking hits your tooth.
Yeah, no, not
'Cause you-
good.
Damn it.
And my friend
Why?
Amy took a picture of one. I don't know where she was when she saw it, but it was a denim, like a blouse, with the snappy crotch bit attached to it.
No.
I was like, no,
no.
like,
I told my
no.
kid, I was like, don't do it.
no.
Don't do it. It's
You'll
so
hate 'em.
uncomfortable. And they'd pull my boobs
They
down.
flatten your chest. They flatten your chest.
I had this little one I thought was, when I bought it, I thought it was so cute because it's like white eyelet, like this thing.
Mhm.
But then it just it made me look all flat and weird.
I had
and-
one that was ecru. My mother corrected me. It's not off-white. It's ecru.
Oh.
And it had like this pattern,
Wow.
like texture to it, and I thought I looked pretty awesome in it. And I wore them with my I had these baggy jeans
Mm-hmm.
that were super
Or
whatever.
underwear overalls, maybe.
That
And then
too.
you show my hip fat.
Yep.
Look at my stretch marks.
Look, aren't I sexy? Boom.
I've had stretch marks forever. But anyway.
I didn't until I had a child, and then now it's just root. Everything's root.
Root.
It's root.
I can't.
We totally got off of our collaboration
know.
topic. Here we go again. 15 minutes. Guys, you can just fucking...
Sorry, guys.
Actually, and I want to address something, okay?
Uh-oh.
Because
I feel like
I
I'm gonna
haven't...
get in
actually,
trouble.
no! God, no,
Okay.
no. I haven't actually checked, but I have a feeling that a lot of you, which I am guilty of this on occasion too, I think a lot of you skip past my openers talking about how we need to raise funds for the podcast and stuff. So I'm going to slip a message in here right now, slip a little request in, because I didn't talk about any money last week
Yeah.
at the beginning of the show. What I talked about is rating and leaving feedback for our podcast and iTunes and Stitcher and whatever. And that moves us up in the ratings. So the more ratings, rate and reviews that we get, the more they move us up higher. We come up quicker in the search results. People see us more and we get more listeners. So
Cool.
listeners, I'm thinking of trying to do a little giveaway. Maybe we'll get one of our t-shirts or a pencil bag or something cool from the website with our new logo gear. And yes, that's it. That's what I'm going to do. It's a pencil bag. If you want to win a pencil bag, how we do this? I guess I can't tell who
Rate
left
and review us.
Well, rate and review and join the group. That's it. Rate, review, and then join our Facebook group and tell us that you rated and reviewed, or comment on our Facebook page and tell us you rated and
Ooh,
reviewed,
a screenshot?
or screenshot
know.
it and email it to us at twoartsygals.com so we know that you did it, and then we'll put your name in a hat
Yeah.
and you can win a thing.
Yeah.
When we get to, well, we don't have that many right now. So maybe we'll do our first one when we reach 25 reviews.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
25? Because let me see how many we have. Oh, I don't have the podcast app on my phone anymore. So I only use it on my iPad because my phone gets too full of stuff.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Because silly me, bought the smallest memory.
Oh.
I was like, I won't use that. Of course I'll use it all. You always use all the memory you have.
Yeah. Yeah. Get all the memory.
So anyway, do that. Rate and review, please. Give us some stars, leave us some feedback so that more people will see us and want to listen. And then we can start doing cooler and cooler shit.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and join our Facebook group, Two Artsy Gals Making Cool Shit Yo, on the Facebook too, because it's fun over there.
Yeah.
And the reason we want to do it is because we want to have a community where we all talk to each other and share ideas and share funny
Yeah.
things. So
Yay!
And if you want to talk and hang out with like the cool kids of Two Artsy Gals, like Super
they're all
Listener
there.
Lois and Keely the Awesome, and there's Susan Hayes, I think is her. Like these are old. They're like the OG Two Artsy Gals fans. Like, are all over there right now. So come.
And they make cool stuff.
They do make cool stuff. Come talk to us. Come collaborate with us.
Yeah, let's collaborate.
Brought it back. So I was thinking about artist collaborations the other day. Because I was thinking about when we were talking, I think it was when we were talking about restarting a Patreon and we were trying to think of ideas. And we were talking about maybe doing prizes or what we could do for incentives and stuff. But anyway, it reminded me of the cool thing that we did with, what did we call that? It was Sasquatch and Squirrel Go Yogian.
Yeah.
When we did our embroidery collaboration.
Yeah.
And it was super fun. And I was thinking about collaborations, and we talk about swaps and round robins and art groups and stuff on the podcast before. But we never specifically addressed just doing artist collaborations. So I thought it'd be a fun thing to talk about.
Yeah, because I don't know if I've ever really done that many. Yeah, I mean.
No. Well, we did ours.
Yes,
and it
we
was
did.
Cool and fun.
It was.
And I've done a few. So I got to take my shirt off. Sorry. I'm having a hot flash.
Woo!
Well, I have a tank top on, people. I'm not just... We're not podcasting topless here.
No. My friend Erin always said the best thing about being on radio is no pants.
Oh, well, we've done it with no pants before. Because we were wearing dresses. Duh. God, you dirty minds. But I didn't have pants on when Lonnie got here today.
Nope.
Because I was
so punctual.
You were, and I was doing...
Just kidding, I wasn't.
She kept texting me going, fuck, the bridge is up. And I'm like, I got time. And because I was researching our next topic. Because I was a little bit nervous about that. But then she knocked on the door and I was still in my nightgown. My Wonder Woman nightgown.
It's so cool.
It is cool. First things first I want to address is, like, I think that artists are not people that most people imagine collaborating with. Because we kind of have a reputation for maybe being introverts or being awkward fucktards or
that would be me.
Being difficult to work with. Like...
Not that color, that color.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
That's not what I want to do. But you can avoid all that. You can avoid all that. And I think that the reason that I like doing collaborations is that it forces you out of the same old habits. And it kind of makes you step out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yep. Perspective.
Gives you new perspective. And I think it's kind of neat, and you can learn a lot.
Yes.
And there are ways to avoid conflict. So let's just get right into this on how to choose someone that you're doing a collaboration with. So if you're in art groups, or like I said, in the past, I have recommended... I have my glasses on so I can read my notes, but I cannot look at your face with my glasses on because it's not your face.
You're like, God, those pores.
My eyes are trying so hard to get used to these glasses. But anyway, what was I even fucking saying? I totally lost my train of thought.
Picking people.
Yeah. Okay. So you would choose from people that you already know. Like, you don't just walk up to a random artist like in a gallery and go, "Hey, let's collaborate." That's not the way it works. I mean, like, maybe it does sometimes. It could, but I don't know. I would be
like, really?
I'd be too shy to do that.
Yeah.
But if people that you're, like, in groups with, that's what I was saying. I've recommended looking on Facebook for art groups, like, people to do swaps with and stuff. So these are the people that, and your friends, your artist friends, like, maybe if you have people that you meet up with and you've made an art group where you guys meet monthly in person, or whatever, these are people that you're going to be choosing to do swaps with or to do collaborations with. And here's a general rule of thumb that I don't actually like using the phrase rule of thumb. I should change that. It means a bad thing. I don't know. I guess it means like a husband, the rule of thumb was that a husband could not use a stick larger than his thumb to beat his wife.
Oh,
so,
jeez.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I need a tissue. That's not a tissue. Where are my tissues? They're there. Sorry, allergies are dumb.
I know, they just hit you all of a sudden, didn't they?
They did. Do I have purple glitter on my face now?
You
I just
did.
realized I have purple glitter on
Yeah.
my skeleton is shedding on my tissue box. I have a purple glittery
Yeah,
skeleton.
you just put more on your cheek.
Okay, there we go. Well,
It's okay.
would it be a recording session if we didn't end
I
up
know,
covered in fucking glitter? So
I like the glitter. Don't worry about it.
just walk through my studio if you need some party glitter. Anyway, don't collaborate with people that you don't get along with.
That's
Like
a
you
good idea.
you know who you get along with and who you don't get along with. Like even if there's someone that you like and you really like their art,
Yeah.
you know if it's going to work or not.
I wonder if sometimes, though, people are thrown together. Like, I'm going to have to ask my friend Cindy, because they went to Mexico to do a mural, and it was like a group of artists together.
I think in a great
and
big group,
it was like through
it's a little bit
school or
easier.
something,
Yeah.
maybe, through art school.
well, here's the thing. In a great big group, that kind of breaks the tension. So maybe you want to start in
Maybe
a
you have a
larger
teacher
group
or a
and you
leader or
have like
something.
someone who is the designated leader.
Yeah.
And that makes that is a little bit, I think it's a little easier than when you're collaborating just one-on-one. Because here's the deal. I thought of Two Artsy Gals. The idea for this podcast happened like 2 years before it actually took place.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 year it took me to kind of build up the guts to try and get it going and to plan it out. I was also in graphic design school, so I didn't really have a lot of time for that.
Yeah.
Like had I tried it then, it probably would have failed because I just wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah.
And then a year later, the first person that I chose to be my co-host, I knew in my gut that we weren't going to work well together. I knew it. I've been friends with her for 20 years. I've known her for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know how she and I work, and she and I work in very different ways. And I knew it wasn't going to work, and it didn't happen. It took like a year, and as soon as I invited this person, she started like, I don't like your song. I don't want to call it Two Artsy Gals. I think that sounds stupid and old-fashioned. Like naming, if she was going to be involved, there were all these stipulations and things that she wanted changed.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I just never did it because I didn't want to have that argument with her or that conflict.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was all of a sudden like, you know what? This is my fucking idea. And I asked this person to be involved in my show. So I asked Sharon to do it instead because it wasn't, and there was no commitment coming from that end either. So I think that she was probably having the same doubts that I was about working together, and it just never happened. And again, I think had we actually moved forward with it, it would not have been what I wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't have worked. And Two Artsy Gals would have failed. It would have been Two Artsy Girls, and it wouldn't have been, I'm 40 fucking something years old. I'm not a girl. I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I can call myself a gal because,
Yeah.
But it just wouldn't have fucking worked out. And I'm glad that I waited. And I'm glad that there was that hesitation there. And I didn't pursue it more with this person because it just wouldn't have been what I wanted it to be. So when you are, and I like her and we're friends, it just, we don't work well together at all. It just never ends up working out right. Like, and there have been times where she's like, we should do a collaboration and we should do this and we should do that. And I just never choose to do it because we don't have the same ideas. We're both pretty, I mean, I like to think that I'm an easygoing person, but I know I'm pretty particular about stuff. I think we all are. We have our likes and dislikes. I am not as easygoing as I think I am. I don't think any of us really are.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I think I'm easygoing and great, and I am about some stuff, but I'm not about other things. I definitely have some opinions about things.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know that. So when you are considering doing collaborations, step back and think about your relationship with that person. Have you ever worked together? Have you ever done projects together? How do you think that, like how has it gone when you work together? Do you have similar interests or tastes or ideas? I mean, I think, again, part of the cool thing about doing a collaboration is that you step out of your same old, and you learn something new about yourself, and you learn to let go a little bit, But and you do want to work. You don't want to work with someone that does the exact same style that you do.
Yeah.
Like that would be boring. What's the fucking point?
Yeah, it's the cool thing about the collaboration is the
Yeah.
mix.
But you also don't want to work with someone that does completely like opposite. Like if you're a abstract and someone else does landscapes, like I mean, I don't know, that's probably a poor example, but
It's odd because that my cousin collaborates with her husband on paintings, and she'll do an abstract background, and he'll come in and do a realistic
that's
like,
kind of see
animal
I'm
over
full of
it.
shit then.
No.
But they work good together.
I was stunned by the first of their paintings I saw. I was like, holy shit, that looks so cool because it's like this elephant on this awesome background. I don't know, but I just realized I have been in a collaboration before. I was in a band.
Oh yeah.
And that's a big
because
collaboration.
musical collaborations also, like, this is not just, I mean, today we're specifically talking about visual art because that's what our podcast is about.
That's true.
But no, musicians collaborate all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, even when you see like big bands that get out from under this dog. He is such an ass because Lonnie is here. Like, this is his jam. He's like playing under the table. But you see like one musician will bring in another to do vocals or whatever. They do collaborations all the time. Other places you see really cool collaborations, I think, are like between visual artists and fashion.
Yeah.
You can see some cool fucking shit. Like, even if it's like shoes, like you can get like Converse will do a special run, or like my friend's brother actually designs shoes for, now I'm gonna fucking can't remember the name of the company. It's a pretty popular company. They do a lot of skate shoes. But anyway, he'll do some really cool artsy things, or they have artists specifically come in to do like shoes for charity. Like Nike will do that a lot. Vans does that a lot. So, and there used to be a custom shoe website like years ago. I don't even remember the name of it. I heard about it on the Howard Stern show. Like, this was like when I still listened to Howard Stern. So I don't even think Kurt and I were living together yet. It was like 15 years ago. I had the coolest pair of shoes because you could like go in and pick all the shit. But that's a totally different thing. Anyway. But the point in that was there are still shoes that are kind of custom places that you can get shoes printed, so you could do like your art or someone else's art on a pair of shoes or on a t-shirt or whatever. Redbubble t-shirt art, like whatever. But anyway, the point is that collaborating isn't just about visual art, and you see it everywhere in the art world. And it's really neat. And I actually like a lot of musical collaborations when you hear like people recording together that you would never in a fucking million years think that they would record together.
Like Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Why would you think that? Or like even like Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton, or like he's a country music guy. She's fucking awesome. You know, like I don't like country music. I don't like Blake Shelton's music, although I do like to look at him because he's a fine looking man.
Wow, but I've never looked at him before.
No, he's good looking. He's a tall drink of water.
Oh, wow.
Tall drink of water. Also, I like to look at Gwen Stefani because, hey.
Yeah, she's a pretty lady.
But, you know, like when you see like hip hop artists collaborate with like, even like fucking,
like with Bjork or something. Yeah.
Like and Bjork actually is like the queen of collaborations.
Yes, yeah.
She collaborates with her husband as a visual artist and a cinematographer, and I cannot fucking remember his name right now. But they do cool fucking shit together.
Yeah.
And
and
it's
so
neat.
It is neat. Yeah, so as a visual artist, you could collaborate with a musician.
With anyone.
You could create a slideshow for their concert.
Totally.
Or whatever. Yeah. Fun.
So we should talk. Well, and I do want to. There is a difference between like hiring someone to do a job and doing a collaboration together. However, when you're hiring someone to do a job, you are still collaborating. Like there's still this aspect of you saying, but it's
you
more.
You kind of have to have a shared vision. Yeah, I guess.
And you still need communication, and that's what I want to talk about. So if you're going to have a successful collaboration, I found an article. It was kind of helpful. It's a WikiHow article. I cherry picked from it because because this article was about working with an artist when you're hiring an artist to do something for you. It's still considered a collaboration, but this is about, okay, Lonnie, you and I are going to do a painting together. Okay. We're going to collaborate. How is this going to happen? And so to ensure that you have a successful collaboration, you need to, first and foremost, be very clear about the ultimate goals you have for your collaborative project. Mm-hmm. So what do you hope to achieve? Sit down and talk to each other about what we want. What do you hope to achieve? What do we want it to look like overall? Like color scheme.
Amazing and glittery.
Yeah, that's not specific enough. So like what are you trying to do? What is your point? Like
Make lots of money?
No. Have something pretty to hang in your house? I don't know. But or make money. But basically you wanna talk about the feeling that you want for the project, like what you're trying to convey. What is your ultimate goal? Like, what do you, Lonnie, feel like we should do to achieve the feeling that we want? And you gotta map that out. And we also, in the beginning, you want to talk about a timeline for the project too. Mm-hmm. Like, how long do you want this to take? Do you have a timeline? Is there a deadline for it? If you have someone that you know is not good at deadlines, maybe you have them work on it first and then you work on it. Or maybe you make specific appointments where you have time to work together, but you have to do something to stay on the timeline. And all of this needs to be agreed upon. It can't just be saying, like, you need to do this at this time. Like, you have to work well together. That's what collaborating is about. What processes are you going to use? Like, what do you like about the media and the processes that this other artist uses that make you want them involved in your process? Mm-hmm. How are your processes going to merge together? So you should probably sit down and have a couple meetings and just talk about where you're going with the project and agree on everything. Make sure that everything's agreed upon. There's no mystery. There's no unknowns going forward. So the second thing would be very clear about the process goals that we have for the project. So we've already figured, God, that's kind of the same two things, really. But how are you, when you're talking about the process, how are you going to make decisions? Like, are you going to vote about things? Well, if it's two people, you can't vote, obviously. Mm-hmm. If it's a group, you can have a vote and maybe majority rules. Mm-hmm. But if we're having a disagreement about the way something's going to go forward, we should already know ahead of time. We should have a contingency plan for that happening. Mm-hmm. So we've already figured out how we're going to make decisions when we're not agreeing on things. Like, are we going to bring in a third party to consult? Are we going to fucking Rochambeau? Like, how are we going to do it? How are we going to do that? Because it will alleviate those arguments and things that could make shit go bad quickly. Yeah. Is there going to be one person that leads and one that follows? Like, are you going to have a leader? Is there a person that's in charge of the project? Like, if you're collaborating, you're taking equal billing. So, or if there are two of you, or if it's a group, like you were saying, I think that a group is often easier to work in collaborations because there's a person that has probably their idea. It's their baby. Mm-hmm. They've kind of figured things out. And so then
maybe delegated jobs.
Yeah, they've delegated to people. Mm-hmm. And then everybody kind of goes by that person's plan. But if it's you and I, and we're doing stuff like, I mean, I don't think when you and I were working on, just because it's the one that we worked on together, the embroidery piece that we did, which if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you're newer to the podcast, was it for our 2nd anniversary? Yeah. We did a giveaway and Lonnie and I it was a mixed media fiber art piece that we hand embroidered, and I did there was some drawing in it and some felting in it, and Lonnie made these amazing little miniature beer cans and stuff. And it was a Sasquatch robbing a campsite. And then what was the squirrel doing? The squirrel was drinking a beer. Yeah. So, but it was really cool. And I think that we kind of didn't know what we were doing. Like, we didn't have a plan when we did it. We had a loose plan. It started out about us joking. We wanted
turkey work on our Sasquatch.
Yeah. So, and we were kind of joking around about it. And then we were like, no, we should do this. And then it turned into this like thing. But we just kind of went, meh. Like, we just kind of did what we did. Yeah. Like, I did a little bit of work and then I gave it to Lonnie and Lonnie did her work. And then I think it was done. I don't
Yeah.
think, I think that
I think you might have done a little bit to it after I gave
I
it
did
back
a little
to you.
bit, and then I put the backing on it. Like
Yeah.
I kind of like I put the backing on it and titled it, and I put ribbon around the frame that it was in, and then I had you sign it and stuff when we came back. But that just kind of happened organically.
Yeah.
We weren't like planning it. So
yeah. And
we were
didn't
just
have any
like, meh.
conflicts or anything.
No, and if there was a question, like Lonnie would text me and be like, "What do you think of this?" And I would be like,
Yeah.
"I don't know, do it." Or
Yeah.
or I don't know, Lonnie, that sounds crazy. Like
yeah.
we just kind of back and forth with each other about it. But
Mhm.
you and I work well together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that in a more formal collaboration or something that you were planning on selling, or that you were doing for a gallery, or that you were doing for something specific, you would probably want more planning than you and I had. And we didn't really specifically have a timeline for it either. We were just kind of doing it, whatever. I don't even think that we were doing it for the purposes of the prize. It just kind of turned into the prize. I don't remember though. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
There are pictures of it on
on
our website. If you go
Yeah.
back to I don't remember the episode. Maybe I'll just post them. I'll just repost it in this
Yeah.
on the blog post for this episode so you guys can see it.
I
Just
keep
as a
thinking
reminder.
about one of my favorite collaborations I saw was that Ent. Remember the wooden Ent?
Yes.
That was a bunch of artists coming together that made that thing. And I'm so curious how
Well, and I'm
that
sure
went, you know?
because that was a massive
Big.
project
Yeah.
and it probably took a lot of planning. Like there were probably sketches, there were probably meetings about how are we going to do this? What kind of materials are we going to use?
God, I just thought of all the Burning Man
Oh
collaborations
my God, I
that happen.
know.
It's incredible.
know.
Yeah.
I actually know a guy who knows a guy
Hey, me too.
that does like kinetic sculpture and stuff for Burning Man, and he's
Ooh.
always doing crazy Burning Man shit.
Yeah,
And
I
we
have a
could
friend
probably.
that collaborates with people for. They have a name for their group, and they make a thing every year.
I wonder if they're like
they
'cause
have a camp with a theme and a.
I wonder if it
Like, there's a
might be
lot
this
of
like because our
collaboration
friend
going on
Chris,
for that.
who's our acupuncture guy, has a lot of friends who he goes to Burning Man when he can. Like I don't think he's gone. I don't think he went last year or the year before.
It sounds like it's harder to go these days.
It's just expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's how the country. Remember how cheap and easy the country fair used to be, and
Yeah.
then when it got popular, now I don't even fucking go anymore. The Oregon Country
Or
Fair.
I guess
'cause
it
it's
sounds like it's hard to get Burning Man tickets.
yeah, it is because they only
like-
they only sell so many tickets and
Yeah,
it's
it's a drawing or a lottery or
and
something. I don't
it's
know.
kind
It's
of cost
crazy.
prohibitive. Like
So I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'll ever get to go.
look,
I
if
would
they
love
decide to
see it
have Burning Man somewhere
once.
that's not in the goddamn desert,
I know.
I would go.
That's what scares me about it.
Because I don't like hot weather. I
Yeah.
don't like the desert.
Mm-mm.
Bloody noses are not fun. I would have a bloody nose the whole
No.
fucking time.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless I could do it like on, what was that show?
And
Malcolm
there's
in the
just not
Middle.
enough ice.
No, there's not. Well, on Malcolm in the Middle too, when they took their camper, like the whole family went to Burning Man.
Oh,
Do you
I
remember that
didn't-
episode?
no, I'm
It's
gonna
funny.
have to
Like
go
if I
find
could
that.
take like an RV and have it
Yeah.
like, but I don't
On a
really know that there's
solar
electricity. Yeah, you would
generator.
have to have a solar generator or something like that.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to run a generator. I'd feel kind of rude. But I bet there are a lot of generators
yeah,
going
there
at
have
Burning
to
Man.
be.
Yeah,
well, because there are food booths and
Yeah.
stuff like there have to be. But I mean, if I could do it like that and like have AC and sleep all day and then
Ooh,
just be
yeah.
nocturnal and go out at nighttime when cool shit's going on, I might
Yeah.
do that.
Like a
but
little
again,
dust-free space.
I don't like the hot
Highly
weathers.
filtered
Yeah,
RV.
look, we're princesses. We can't do it. We just
So,
can't go.
No Burning Man collaborations. for
Nope.
us. But I have a friend who does Soak, which is the Portland kind of
Stop licking my
Burning
peanuts.
Man thing, and they
What?
do collaborations too. Yeah,
I didn't even know about that.
yeah. Funny they
So-
call it Soak. Get it? Wah wah, because it's so wet here. I don't know.
Stop licking my legs, dude.
I'm sorry, Katie.
Buddy.
God, it is
Go on. Oh, now he's pushing his head against
that
me.
lotion.
Did you hear
is
him
so
growl at
delicious.
me?
Or
I don't even have lotion on. Dude, you're gonna make me take your picture and tweet it while we're recording because you're fucking killing me with your big googly dog eyes.
Aw.
Wait, come here. You have to come back and quit licking my pants. Dude,
Aw.
look, I gotta show you the picture, Lonnie, because this is what I'm dealing with here. This is how he's looking at me from under the
Oh,
table.
That's so pathetic.
I don't know what he wants. I'm gonna tweet this shit in a minute though. Dude, I'll go lay down. You're being a big baby. So back to our list of making sure that that your collaboration works. Be prepared to sacrifice some of your lower priority goals in favor of your higher priorities. So,
Yeah.
like, creative differences are going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the way things work. So, and again, if you're working, the whole idea of a collaboration is making something, taking something that one person does and something that another person does and making something new
Yeah.
out of it. So you're
Or
going
if it's going to be something big that it takes more than one person.
yeah,
to
or
do,
in even sometimes troubleshooting, like
mm-hmm.
if you run
Like
into a big problem, like, oh, this didn't work like I thought it was going to work at all.
Yeah.
So, but you're going to have to, like, you might disagree on how to achieve that or how to solve that problem. So just be ready to say, okay, you know what? Well, this thing isn't quite as important to me as this thing, or if it all gets you to where you need to be at the same time. And you look, you might have to be the one who sacrifices if you're working with someone who doesn't compromise very well. So that's another thing to weigh. Like, I feel like I can...
You put up your middle finger and you walk away.
Well,
from
yeah,
just kidding.
that is
I'm just
not
kidding.
collaborating.
I know. Because what if it's some, I don't know. Like, I could just see that happening with someone who considers themselves a bigwig in some way or something.
That's why you wouldn't work with that person.
Yeah.
Don't even collaborate with that person because they're an asshole.
Yeah.
And you don't want to fucking work with an asshole. So,
but you might, because what if it's like a prestige or like it's going to launch your career or it's going to get you out there in a way, you know, like you might have to.
Yeah. And you might have to be, and I think in that situation, you can kind of look at it as in like, this person has seniority in the art world. Like, this is a person whose name has been out there for longer than mine has. They've been doing it for longer than I have. So and even though you have this idea and you're certain that you're right, you might just have to let it go. And also, here's the thing. Compromising does not mean compromising but then bitching about it.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean you're selling out.
Like, that's not a compromise.
It means you're
that's
good at
being
working with
dick.
people. Yeah.
Like if you are, like if I were doing a collaboration with you and you wanted to do a thing that I didn't want to do, but I just kind of let it go because it was more important to you than it was to me, or in the end we were all going to end up in the same place. So I was like, all right, whatever, we'll do it your way. But then to all of our friends or to other artists or people that weren't working, I was like, fucking Lonnie, she fucking made me do it this way and it's going to be really fucking stupid and I hate it, but I just felt like I had to. That's not collaborating.
Yeah.
That's being a complete asshole.
Yeah.
So letting shit go is letting shit go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, collaborating is actually working together in a fluid way.
Yeah.
Like, so that's not like, you just, if it's something that you're going to feel bad about,
unless
talk
it is
it
a
out.
bigwig that is being a jerk, you could like vent to your friends about it. You know,
but not in a way that it was going to get back to that person.
No,
like,
but just like
that's
damn,
kind of,
you know, so and so, such a brilliant artist, but so hard to work with, or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know. I could see that happening a lot.
It could, but that's the whole point of collaborating.
Yeah,
is just learning to let it go.
Yeah, and
also,
if the project is bigger than that,
it's bigger than you,
stuff.
And also I have learned this about things in my life as I've gotten older. Letting go of that shit makes your life so much more peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really letting go and not dwelling on it.
Yeah.
Like, not holding on to shit. Like, once you've moved past it, just fucking move past it,
hard. Dude. Yeah.
It is hard, but
yeah.
Like, and if it's something that you're stuck on, maybe revisit it.
Yeah.
Maybe sit down and say, hey, I'm still kind of stuck on this.
Yeah.
Can we talk about it again?
Yeah.
Like, but that is why it's important to figure out ahead of time how you're going to settle disputes.
Yeah.
So you have a plan in action when it's something that you're really stuck on.
Or maybe, ask questions and try to understand where they're coming from more.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe that will help you get over it. Like,
that is,
I don't know,
very important. And this is something that I've actually been working on in my life since the elections. And like, there's just every fucking thing that you talk about anymore seems to be loaded, like a loaded subject. Like, I feel like you cannot fucking have casual conversation anymore. Like everything.
What the fuck do you mean by that? What do you mean, Katie?
It's so fucking exhausting.
What are you really trying to say?
It is. I just watched.
know.
Actually, you just reminded me of this video that I watched. Like somebody posted it the other day. It was about how this is probably was in the back of my mind. It was about how casual conversation is dying because of shit like this, and people were like, they were like talking about like, wow, hey, it's pretty hot today, like talking about the weather, and someone going, yeah, like starting a fucking argument about global weather change, and like you just, I totally fucking, my train of thought just stopped at a totally different stop than I thought it was going to, and I totally forgot the fucking point that I was making with this. I hate it when I do that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll come back to it.
It's basically just don't be an asshole. I think is what we were getting.
Oh, no. I almost had it again. I almost had it. God damn it. It's just that I've been, okay, now I know. I've been practicing because I've read a lot about it, and there have been a lot of things, like little articles that pop up on social media lately. Effective listening. And when you're having a conversation with someone and you're listening, actual listening is not waiting for your turn to speak next. Like actually hearing what someone is saying while you're listening. Because you said like ask questions and find out why it's important to them. So if you're really hearing what you're saying, you're not just watching words happen and then thinking of your response.
Yes.
Or your rebuttal.
And I know how easy it is to get into that.
It is very easy to fall into that. And I've been consciously trying not to do that.
Especially on something like a collaboration, you have to just be like, okay, this is really getting to me, but I'm just going to try to understand. Because then that's the only way. And then when you do understand, you will be like, oh.
It makes you feel better.
That's why
you
doing
feel
it
better.
This
Yeah.
way. Yeah. You don't feel like you're getting screwed over or whatever.
Totally.
Or like.
So, and
I don't know.
So I think this is a cool exercise just to do anyway.
Yeah.
When you're talking to someone. And now I just fucking avoid all political stuff anyway. I don't like talking about it. I don't think it's nice conversation. Yeah. But when you're talking to a friend and you disagree, and it's kind of shocking that you disagree on something.
Yeah.
And I don't do well in conversations where I don't debate well. Yeah. I get flustered. I get emotional.
I get mean.
I just don't do it. I don't tend to get mean, but I don't. I get flustered and emotional, and then I get upset because the point that I had in my mind so eloquently worked out does not come out in that way because I'm so flustered. And I've gotten into a couple conversations with people where they are not hearing me. Yeah. They're waiting for their turn to talk. And even when they say, yes, I understand that, they're just saying that because they're just waiting when you can. There's
a but after that always.
Well, and you can see it in someone's eyes when they are not actually hearing your words but calculating their rebuttal as you're speaking. That's not listening. Yeah. That's not hearing a person and understanding a person. Yeah. So I think it's a neat exercise. Even if you're doing it in an artist collaboration or even in just daily conversation, to actually ask yourself when you're having a conversation with a person, am I hearing what this person is saying? Or
all my biases coming in?
Yeah. Like, am I now like, listen to your internal thoughts. Are you thinking of your rebuttal? Are you, when you hear a phrase come out of someone's mouth, are you going, yeah, but this is why this blah, blah, blah in your head? Or are you listening, like actually hearing that person and thinking, putting yourself in their place and thinking of where they're coming from in their world? And
that's a huge practice.
It is a huge practice, but also why is my mom calling me? I don't think I told her we're recording. I'll just text her in a minute. I'm going to do this because that's going to drive me crazy. I have noticed in doing that, when you have a conversation with a person, it completely changes the tone of the conversation with that person. And it makes that person in turn do the same with you because they feel less defensive. They feel like they don't have to be so quick on their feet to think of a rebuttal. So I don't know. It's just kind of a little off track, but not really because we're talking about collaborations. And let's face it, emotional. Wait, how many fucking times has she called? Okay. It wasn't my mom. Everybody's blowing me up right now.
Hey.
It's distracting. I think it applies to collaboration though, because let's face it, as artists, we tend to be pretty emotional people.
I don't know what you're talking
Emotional and passionate. You're so funny, Lonnie. You make me laugh hard. Here's a nice thing. This is the 4th step. Find something to appreciate every time you look at your collaborator's work.
There you go.
Like, give warm fucking
like,
fuzzies,
damn,
man.
That's cute.
Warm
Look
fuzzies.
at that color you picked out. That's good shit.
Yeah. Or, oh, I really like the way you did this. Like,
Yeah.
that's a really great idea.
Yes.
Be
Yeah.
nice. In other words, be fucking nice. You know that's our general rule.
Yeah.
Be fucking nice.
And you know how good that feels when people are nice to you and they say,
yeah.
good job, damn, you're good at that. And you're like, thanks.
And it's not.
It feels good.
It's so weird because people have this weird idea that like doing stuff like that is coddling people or.
I mean, no, not in
And
a condescending way.
Look at me, Lonnie. You know me. Do I coddle anyone ever?
No,
I'm kind of a little bit.
I don't think you're.
I'm just cut and dry about shit.
Yeah.
But I give people
you're nice about
compliments.
stuff. Yeah,
I
yeah,
also
yes.
compliment people, and I don't think
Yes.
it's coddling. I think that when
No, because if you, like, for me, I feel like if I have this thought, like, oh my God, I really like that thing that person did, I feel like I want to share that with them because
yeah,
I know how good that feels when people
Totally.
share. You know, I don't know. Like, you just want to, oh, it's a positive thing. Spread the love.
I like to give compliments anyway to everybody
I
all
do
the time.
too. Yeah. 'Cause
People think it's so
fun.
weird, and it's such an infrequent thing. I think that people sometimes think that you're being insincere or weird. I compliment everybody. If
what do
I
you want
see a
from me?
lady on the
What?
bus that has cool
No,
socks,
I don't have $2. Leave me
no,
alone.
I'm gonna say like cool socks. Those are awesome. Like I compliment everybody all the time because I
Yeah.
like to do that. I saw a woman, a transgender woman, in the grocery store. Was behind her in line. She had the fucking smartest outfit on. Made me feel like a goddamn slob. She had a red Angora sweater on with one of those what are those hats called that are kind of like,
a pill box?
No.
Or, oh.
a I don't know. They're like a little I have the word in my mind, but it's not coming out. Like it's almost like a little bucket hat, but not.
Oh, cute.
like-
yeah, I
You know what I
can see
mean?
it,
And it
yeah.
was like also
a-
red Angora, and it was like she had a black skirt
Wow.
on and really cute fucking red shoes that were like a low heel, and this like her purse matched. She would just looked fucking cute as like cute.
Yeah.
It was an awesome outfit and so put together and so planned, and I'm not good at that. I just kind of
It's
go,
like, what?
"Wee, this has unicorns on it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna wear it today." But yeah, I was like, "Oh my God, you look so fucking cute. I love your outfit." And she just kind of looked at me like, "Wait, are you
Yeah.
are you making
Are you
fun
gonna
of
tease me now? Yeah.
Or are you just saying this to appear to be someone who's cool with me being in a dress, but isn't really?" Like there was some doubt, but I was just like, eventually, like we were having the conversation and she was like, "Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah.
That's great." Because I think it's important to compliment people no matter what, collaborating or not. If you like something, tell somebody you like it.
Yeah.
Say it, verbalize it. Don't just think it.
Yeah.
Making the world a better place.
And
yo.
spread that shit around. We
Spread
can
it
always use
around.
more of that good stuff.
But yeah, we're actually coming up on the end of our time. I'm just going back over. I thought we would have more time to talk. I was actually worried about this topic.
Oh.
I was worried that it
it's a
wouldn't
big
be
topic,
enough,
though,
but I guess
yeah.
it is kind of. So I just feel like the best collaborations don't look like two artists did a piece of work. They look like two artists.
Or you're like, how the heck did that happen?
Yeah, like two artists
Like,
came
whoa,
together
Jesus.
like the fucking Transformers and combined to make a bigger, better artist.
That made me nervous.
That scared
for
me a
some
lot. I was like, wait, no. Like you come together and make mega artists.
yes.
But like you're working together to make a fluid piece. It's not just like
Yeah.
I'm doing this over here in my corner in my way, and I'm doing this in my way. And I did look up so there's some famous collaborations that I wanted to talk about, but we're out of time now. So I'll post links and stuff
oh, okay.
on the Facebook page.
Now I
But
wanna
like
know.
John and Yoko.
Yes.
John and Yoko collaborated visual art, performance art, and musical
Mhm.
art. So
That's a
you know,
big
they
one,
they were
yeah.
big collaborators. Oh God, I looked up how to pronounce his name, and now I'm gonna fuck it up. It's French. Bisquois.
Oh,
Jean-Michel
Basquiat or
Bisquois or something like that.
yes.
And Andy Warhol, their 80s pop art. They work together,
Mhm.
and it's fucking amazing. And it's
Yeah.
great. You should look at it. And again, I already brought up seeing it done in fashion
Mhm.
with artists all the time. So yeah, I think I have a couple articles about this that I'm going to post links to on the site. Yeah. Maybe it might not work out. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
As like a final thought, it may not end up working out. It
Yeah.
may end up making a sucky piece of art, but give it a try, and maybe you'll make a new friend, or you'll make a better friend,
And you can make
and
something
you'll
bigger
learn new things.
and better than you could do by yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine
And
all
it's
those
outside
resources.
of yourself.
Yeah, like coming together, make
I've been
amazing
thinking,
shit.
like in one of my swap groups or something, or maybe in our mail art group or something, of trying to do like a round robin swap with a canvas. So everybody adds something
Wow.
to, like, you start out with your general sketch or whatever, and maybe paint what you need to paint or pencil stuff in, and then it goes to the next person, and it goes to the next person, and it goes to the next person, and then when you come back, you have this piece of artwork that all these different artists have worked on and signed.
That'd be really fun, especially with the mixed media thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
then you can get all kinds of stuff going on.
I have a couple of
Cool.
groups that I want to. I'm trying to weigh which group it would be best to do that in.
Yeah.
But I think it would be really neat.
That would be really neat.
It's kind of like,
I would also like to do someday a local one where people actually physically get together and work on the thing. Like,
see, look at me,
I wanna
introvert
build-
me. I can mail it. I don't have to leave my house.
like to do some kind of, I don't know, like to build a big ent in my yard. If anybody wants to come over and
I
help
like
me.
collaborating with you, Lonnie, and I think that we should do some things more.
Yeah, I have a bunch of pieces of wood that I want to make something out
And
of.
I also, I think this month or next month we're going to record an episode about making, reusing old windows.
Ooh.
And I have a bunch in my garage that we're going to play with, and maybe we can collaborate on something for your yard, because I can't use that shit in my yard.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we can make cool doors for your chicken coop, or make something awesome happen for your yard, and we can collaborate.
Yeah, I need to collaborate on a chicken coop. I should just see, hey, you don't got any extra time? Want to help me make something? Oh, man.
That's fun. We'll make an art coop.
Dreaming.
All right. Well, next week we're going to talk about fractal images.
Ooh, sounds
It's going to be a cool conversation, I
edgy.
think. It is. So anyway, until next week, go make some cool shit, yo!
Do it now and do it together.
Yeah, collaborate. And stop, collaborate,
All
and listen.
Good morning, Katie. This is your friend. I'm recording on the new Tascam. I'm trying to figure out what the buttons do, but every once in a while I take a break to poo.